Hey, this is Blake from the Gig Harbor Fly Shop, and today we're going to tie up Stu's Metalhead tube fly. This is a great pattern for steelhead fishing, and so I want to go over a couple of materials real quick before we dive into it. This is tied on a tube, and so if you don't know how to tie on tube flies, I have a video on YouTube about a beginner's guide to tying on tube flies, and I'm using the Pro Tubes system, but you can use any system you want. You'll just have to change up a couple things for that. But first we're gonna tie on the tube, and there's a couple of different colors of dubbing that we're gonna use, and so in the back we're gonna be using this this red ice dub. There's a blue ice dub called, I think it's called Steely Blue, and then there's a couple things here in the body that we're gonna tie. So we're gonna use some of this the strung guinea, and I like that UV2 stuff. There's some Amherst, and so I'm digging out my stash of Amherst, and so you can use different colors if you want. This one has white in it. One of the great things with tube flies is the ability to just kind of customize stuff and kind of get artistic with it. It's not like trout flies where you need to be as particular about the details of it. And then there's a couple different colors of flash that are in here. So I'm going to use this Mirage flash, but if you have pearlescent flash blue, you can use that. And then there's these two colors of flash as well, purple and blue. You can use holographic flash if you want. So some of the stuff in here is kind of tied in and held together with wire, and I'm just going to admit that step. I don't really, well, maybe I'll put it in. We'll see. And then there's Marabou on the front, and this is just black Marabou, and then there's that Pro Tubes cone, Sonic cone, or Ultra cone, something like that. So anyways, here we go. Okay, first I'm just going to start by adding a little bit of red dubbing here. I'm going to take my guinea feather, tying that guy in next. If you wanted to add the wire, you can add the wire right there. Just going to build up a little bit of thread. Gives me a little bit of room to. You can do a dubbing loop. I kind of like my dubbing just kind of wrapped on here just to keep it a little bit buggy and just make it really quick. Okay, now I'm going to wrap my guinea. If you have a short piece of guinea, you might want to even use a second feather. But I'm going to keep this one. Keep it a little bit short. So here's some tip dyed Amherst feathers. Okay, there they are. I don't need a bunch of them, but I'm just going to kind of hold them around the hook. A couple wraps. Okay, now for my flash. I'm going to tie in one piece of blue flash here. Tying in my purple flash. Okay, here's the Mirage or pearlescent, whatever you happen to have on hand. Trying to pull that on the side there. Okay, I got my black Marabou Feather. I cut that flash to length. I'm gonna leave it a little bit long. Can always cut it a little bit later. Okay, not finished yet. Okay, so there's a little cone on the front. I'm gonna slice that part off. And then right there, that's about what I use to leave on the lip to burn that down. Hey, thanks for following along with this video. The materials are down in the section description below, and make sure you check out the next video where I tie up my own little fly that I use for guiding.